Destiny 2, a free-to-play looter-shooter game that was once loved by millions, now only averages about 5k players daily on Steam. With player count continuing to plummet and major updates being delayed, the state of the game is not looking too good. In today's video, I'll be talking about whether if Destiny 2 is still worth playing. In order to determine whether if Destiny 2 is still worth playing or not, we need to talk about three main things. Number 1, how beginner friendly is the game? Number 2, is the game free to play friendly? And number 3, what will the future of the game look like? First, let's talk about how beginner friendly is the game. When you first launch the game, you have the choice to be a Titan, a Hunter, or a Warlock. You will then be shown a cutscene where it explains who the Traveler is and what effects it had brought to humanity. After the cutscene ends, you will be brought into the game's first tutorial mission. You will then be introduced to your ghost, which is your companion who just brought you back from the dead. The tutorial teaches you basic controls like how to sprint, your grenade ability, your melee ability, and your super. Once you have gotten the basic controls down, you are then tasked with killing nearby enemies and the mini-boss. Upon completion of the task, you will then be asked to meet up with a character named Shohan. This marks the end of the first tutorial mission in Destiny 2. Right after you have met up with Shohan, you're put into another mission where you have to look for Shohan's fireteam member. In this mission, you have to do a lot of running around to acquire codes. Not something a new player would exactly want to do. After you've managed to get all 3 codes, you will then progress to the next area where you have to kill more enemies. Once all enemies have been dealt with, you can see that Shohan's fireteam member is being killed by a hive wizard.
No.
It is only after this mission where you can finally have the freedom to choose what you want to do. Upon completion of the last mission, you are given a choice to skip the New Light campaign. If players decide to skip the campaign, they will now have access to the portal where they can launch the latest story mission. They now also have access to the world map where they can choose countless of different story missions from past expansions to play. For a new player, this might be a bit confusing as it may be tough for them to navigate and they are still not familiar with what ritual activities are. Now, let us talk about how free-to-play friendly is the game. In Destiny 2, you gain access to 3 free raids, which are Vault of Glass, Crota's End, and King's Fall. Raids are basically high-end content where you have to work together with 5 other fireteam members to defeat bosses and obtain powerful gear. There is also one dungeon called Prophecy that is free to play. These are the activities where you can test out your skills and the different builds that you have made. However, not all raids are free to play. Raids such as Deepstone Crypt and Last Wish requires you to have certain DLCs in order to have access to them. Because of this, certain meta weapons and gear are locked behind paywalls. Fortunately, they do offer you discount up to 88% for all DLCs that were released in the past. However, latest DLCs are still being sold at their original price. Overall, the game is not very free to play, but they do make it so that old content are more affordable for those who are interested. For the last part of the video, I'll be talking about the future of Destiny 2. If you guys don't already know, Destiny 2's major update Shadow and Order has been delayed until June 9th of 2026. Because of this, there will be little to no content drop for the next 3 months. With the game's player count already being extremely low, it is uncertain if the game can even survive till next year. Not only that, Bungie has released a new extraction shooter game called Marathon. To ensure the game's success, Bungie has allocated the majority of their manpower into Marathon. With major updates being delayed and Bungie shifting their focus into another game, I don't think that there will be a future for Destiny 2 anymore. Even though the game has not been performing at its peak anymore, we should all be glad that Destiny 2 has brought us countless memories and tons of fun. It is truly sad that a game that was once so good is now a shell of its former glory. If you guys enjoyed the video that I made, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. Thank you guys all so much.